Afternoon, everybody. Afternoon. I was on my walk for the day, just getting away from the computer and all that for a little while, just getting some movement in, doing the ballerina vibes today. Anyway, I was walking and I had this article I read this morning pop up into my mind, and I was like, okay, I definitely need to share this. And kind of my thoughts and reactions to this, to what I'm seeing right now. And so I sat my happy butt down. Hopefully my internet stays because it looks like it's struggling. But so this article I read was on 40 things that men want women to do in bed. They wish that they would do more of in bed. And I started reading, and some of it was funny, some of it actually made me laugh because it was so crazy. Like, this one guy was a total idiot, and he was, I'm gonna just own it, he was a complete, my woman to, in the morning roll over, have sex with me, then go make me breakfast and leave me the F alone for the rest of the day. And I was like, okay, that's obviously written by like an 18, 19-year-old boy or somebody who is really unconscious. And so some of them I was like, okay, that's crap, that's just crap. But then I did get to some of them and I was like, wow, that's actually really relevant. And then I went back and I read the comments of the women underneath this article that I had written, and some of them were actually really they were sad, and they made me angry at the same time, really, because like, there was a couple guys who were like, I just want my woman to let me explore her body. I want her to be more playful in bed and more interactive in the sexing. And not in the wild, crazy, like, screaming, which isn't, I'm sorry, but ladies, I'm about to tell the men here something that you don't want me to, if you, like, over the top, like in the bedroom when you're having an orgasm, you're probably not actually having an orgasm. That's called faking it. Now, so yes, some women are going to be louder, some women are going to be quieter. That just is what it is. But if you are yelling and screaming and kind of way overboard in the bedroom, then I'm sorry, you're not having a real orgasm. You are faking it. You don't know what a real orgasm is. So anyway, some of the comments though were like, I want my woman to enjoy I'm gonna move because my internet keeps going in and out. I want her to have more play. I want her to laugh more. I want her to be willing to try different things in the bedroom. And the things that these guys were asking for were not wild and crazy. It was like, let's try a different position. Let's kind of change things up, the routine, so it's not like I do this and then you do this and then we do this, which, being a relationship coach, I do see, well, we do the same thing over and over again, and that gets boring after a while. Nobody wants to have the same sex over and over and over and over again. That gets boring. But some of these guys also wanted things like, I want my partner to go down on me and like it. I want her to not wipe the semen off of her the second that I come. And I got to thinking, and I'm like, as a woman, if a man was to go like, ew, and like wipe your juices off of him the second that the sex was done, and he was like, ew, guess what? You would be offended. You would be like, ew, like, am I that gross? And I hear all the time women going like, yeah, he's lucky. It was one of the women on this thread underneath was like, he's lucky if he gets a blowjob. Like, he should just be happy with the 2 or 3 minutes that he gets. And I'm not telling any women to go out there and really go and do anything that they're against. If you really, really don't like something, if you are a F no to something, then don't do it. However, express that to your partner, and maybe you guys could even like work through it. Like, I have an oral sex class coming up with the amazing Kendall Williams in a few weeks on May 22nd, and we're going to talk about how you can make oral sex part of your intimacy. And I mean like intimacy, like meaning not the sex, but really connecting with your partner. And we're very much like, I just want her to enjoy kind of going down on me. I want her to enjoy my body, just like we as women want men to enjoy our bodies. We do. I want a man who's gonna like savor my body, like and like isn't ashamed to kind of go down on me and to kiss me and to laugh and giggle and do all the crazy things that do happen in sex. Like, this is important, this is real life, and craziness happens during sex. But it was just really interesting to me to read all the comments of these women who are like, he's just addicted to sex, he just wants sex, that's all men want is sex. And I think we are in a society, and I wrote a little bit on this. I'm going to try to sit down again, maybe my internet will let me. Let's try squatting this time. Yeah. But I wrote about this a little bit today. I think we have this norm that women shouldn't want sex, and men that they want too much sex. And in truth, I know that everybody has a different level of turn on. That's just how it is. Every woman, every man is going to have a little different level of turn on, but I think we've gotten into this norm of women shouldn't want sex, they shouldn't enjoy it, they shouldn't really engage with the sex, and that men are like perverted for wanting sex. Sex is a beautiful piece of our life experience, and when we can get through all the stuff that we hold in our bodies and our minds, sex can be so sacred and so connecting in a relationship. And so what I saw in this article this morning of like 40 ways or things that men want in bed, yes, like I said, I saw some really stupid ones. Some really stupid ones that I was like, okay, that is somebody who's really unconscious. Really unconscious, but most of it was like, I just want her to enjoy it. I want her to be there with me. I want to explore her body. I want her to love her own body and not be in this state of hating on herself every time. Yeah, Kendall says limp noodle syndrome. It's a thing. Yeah, it is a thing. So I think that, and that is actually one of the things that was like this, like I don't want her to be a rag doll when we are having sex. And in truth, I think men need to understand that women are feeling into their bodies. Women are really tuning into themselves, and they're lay there and just like let him do whatever he wants. And men know that sometimes a woman is really just feeling into her body. So if she is like closing her eyes and breathing for a second, don't be like, oh, she's bored. She's bored. No, she's feeling into herself. Especially if your woman is still kind of like tuning into her sex or has had a stressful day. Sometimes it does take a little bit of time. But on the other end, women get engaged, get involved, ask for what you want. And that was the other thing. Asking for what they want. Not being willing to talk about the sex they're having. And I told a client this the other day. If you can't talk about the sex you're having, you shouldn't be having sex. I would tell that to a 15-year-old girl or boy who came to me and was like, Addison, I want to have sex for the first time, but I don't want to talk about it. I'd be like, my immediate answer would be like, if you can't talk about it with the person you want to have sex with, you shouldn't be having sex. And I don't care if you're 50 fucking years old. The same answer applies. If you can't talk about it, you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be doing it. Verbalize. Say what you want. Say what you do. And then, internet. And we're back. The last thing I wanted to hit was this idea of fantasies or desires being negative. And I think, in truth, we all have fantasies and desires, and it's not okay to shame somebody else for having fantasies and desires. Now, some people are going to be more in tune with their fantasies and desires, and some are not. And so that is a process, and that is a working together to go like, okay, like, kind of play with it. And some people are going to just have more fantasies. There are definitely people, and I know men tend to fantasize more than women. on the general, I know that there are women who have some wild, crazy fantasies. Good for you. Awesome. You go, girl. But on the general, like, men do tend to fantasize a little bit more. They tend to go into that, like, fantasy land. And so just kind of going with that, but not shaming your partner if they have fantasies or they're like, I really would love it. Because was the comment, like, there was one of the comments is like, I have her friends into the bedroom, and I wish she would be okay with me just having that fantasy. Fantasy can stay fantasy, guys, but do not shame your man for having a fantasy. Do not shame yourself for having a fantasy. Fantasies are okay. Now, you can step in and really look at, okay, well, is this something that we're willing to make a reality or not? And there are some things that should stay fantasies. I have some fantasies I'm like, that is going to stay a fantasy. That is not happening in real life, because I know in my head. So hold on, let me read this. That's what makes relationships and sex coaching so important. We don't talk about sex with those that we are having it with, but we can bitch to our friends about how bad our partners are, or brag about, and I don't want to hit the C more. I will read more of that. But it is true. I mean, I'm going to get back up about sex, but they can talk and bitch to their friends about it. And then also it is good as a sex coach to really dig into some of that. I think the message that I really just want to get across to you guys today is, as women, we need to learn a lot of times, not every woman, to embrace our sex and to just... Okay, I'm back. Alright. So, since my internet is popping out, I am going to finish this up. But what men really want in the bedroom is your presence. They want your enjoyment, your excitement. They want you there with them in the bedroom. That is what the majority of men want. Yes, you're going to find those people who want this, like, crazy stuff. But a man wants his woman with him in the bedroom. He wants her present. He wants her excited. He wants her loving her body. He wants her loving his body. I'm sorry, but if you are looking at your man and thinking, oh, like, his semen's disgusting, or his cock's disgusting, or, this is disgusting, that's disgusting, I'm sorry, but there either needs to be a conversation, because yes, guys, you can have really bad health habits that can contribute to that. But if your man is clean and eating healthy and all of this, then you probably need to work through some of your shame stuff. You probably need to get some education on how to make it more pleasurable for all involved. So, like I said, my internet's going out, so I'm going to let you guys go for today. But look at the places that you are not willing, as a woman, to really dive into your sex, really enjoy it, really get in there. And Kendall was kind enough to post the link to the oral sex workshop, so go check that out if you're in the DFW area. It's going to be an amazing workshop. I am actually stoked for this workshop. It's always funny. We always learn a ton, or we teach a ton if it's me and Kendall, and we learn a ton too. There's lots of energy, lots of laughter, and people leave and go, our sex is completely different. Our sex is completely different after taking that course. So if you are in the DFW area or coming to the DFW area, join me, and I would love to sit and chat with you. Other than that, I have free consults until next Tuesday, so I've talked a bunch about that, so you know where to find that, addisonbill.net. You have to fill out the application prior to Tuesday, so if you have not filled out the application, get your butt over there. And other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Sending you all lots of love, light, and blessings, and go be fierce and fabulous. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.